Do you know everything there is to know about safe sex? Well, I'm Belinda Kirkpatrick. I'm a naturopath and nutritionist, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a women's guide to safe sex. Please subscribe to our channel so that you get notified and don't miss out when we release any new video content. And you can also follow us on Instagram at The Happy Mammoth. We'd also love for you to pop in the comments below any safe sex tips that you might have found really helpful or things that have worked for you so we can all share them together. So basically, it's really important to be having a safe and healthy sex life, okay? So a lot of us might have kind of heard about safe sex, at school, we all understand about safe sex, but are we really practicing it? The impact of not having safe sex can be really varied and not great for your health. So not only things, you can be getting things like sexually transmitted infections, sexually transmitted diseases like chlamydia, gonorrhea. We can also pass backwards and forwards things like thrush, ureaplasma, mycoplasma, and then there's also, and obviously HIV as well, and there's also the chance of pregnancy and conception, if that's what you're not wanting. So safe sex basically covers all of those things, and we want to make sure that you're having a really safe and healthy sex life all the way through. So some of these common risks that I said about having unsafe sex, should I say, is that, you really are open to infections. Some of them can damage your internal organs. They can damage your fertility longer term. They can lead to things like pelvic inflammatory disease, which often requires hospitalization and, IV antibiotic treatment. So we really want to be careful. Now, what I guess you want to know about sort of safe sex is that it's not just about preventing infections and transmitted diseases, although that's really important. Safe sex also involves knowing about consent. So both partners consenting to having sexual intercourse with each other or having a sexual experience with each other. If you can't talk about it, it's probably not somebody that maybe you should be having sex with. No judgment, you can if you want to, but make sure there is consent in both parties. You can also practice safe sex by having non-penetrative sex. So that can involve, kissing and fondling and other things that just don't involve exchange of bodily fluids, which is a safe way of having sex as well. Ensure that you have contraception if you're trying to avoid pregnancy and conception. So whether that is a condom, which is going to be the most safest safe sex practice in that it's preventing transmission of diseases in addition to helping to prevent pregnancy. If you're with a longer term partner, things like the oral contraceptive pill or copper IUDs or hormonal IUDs, and each of these methods have different sort of pros and cons. There's also more natural methods like knowing when your cycle is and just avoiding mid-cycle unprotected sex if you're trying to avoid pregnancy. However, it's not 100%, so you have to be really good at it and understand your body really well. And also that's not going to prevent the transmission of any diseases or infections that could be transmitted. It's really important that you have regular, ideally yearly STI and STD checks. If you're with a longer term partner, it's still a good idea to be having these things done. The earlier that we can have treatment for any unwanted infections and diseases, the better the outcome. Now these, I guess sort of safe sex practices really do vary on the age and stage of life. If you've been married for a long time, you might think these things don't apply to you, and they don't in many situations. Maybe you've been through menopause and pregnancy is not going to be a problem. Maybe you've been with the same partner for a long time and you both know that you've been faithful and haven't had any diseases that have passed between each other. However, you can still have things like thrush or candida that do crop up by this sort of, imbalance of bacteria in the gut. And so it's still important to make sure that you're getting regular sexual health checkups with your GP. For younger people, they're often wanting to avoid pregnancy and these unwanted diseases. So really it's important that you make sure that you have a full STI, STD check between partners and or yearly, in addition to using condoms and other contraceptive methods. So you can also take our Hormone Harmony Synergy system. That can basically help you to have a balanced and healthy sex life. It's not, instead of using protection, it's not going to stop unwanted pregnancies, but the Hormone Harmony basically targets each person's unique hormonal imbalances, where the Hormone Harmony Plus can help to boost your nutrient intake of all these essential women's nutrients. And then the beautiful prebiotic collagen protein helps reduce the signs of aging, and the formulas work together to make you feel healthy, balanced, and confident. And that's one of the things that's so important when we're looking at sexual health through our ages. One part of it is looking at safe sex, and the other part of it is making sure that our bodies are working well, our hormones are balanced, our libidos are strong, so that we can practice and have enjoyable sex all the way through our lifespan. So please take our quiz in the description section below, and that's going to give you a personal suggestion on which Happy Mammoth products will be right for you to take. I hope this really helped you understand a little bit more about the safe sex and the other things that we should be considering there, and it helps to motivate you to look after your body so that you can have happy, healthy, safe sex from now and forevermore, I was going to say, but as long as you're wanting to be having it. See you guys.